Hi, and welcome back into day 3. Now, hopefully in the last couple of days, although there's a lot of new things to learn, you'll have already had a chance to experience that greater sense of spaciousness in the mind, hopefully a bit of happiness too. It's an interesting exercise because in some ways it's quite counterintuitive. If we've been feeling very unhappy for a long period of time, then the last thing we want to do is imagine other people being happy. We'd much rather focus on ourselves being more happy. But hopefully, as I say, you can already start to see that it's not really like that. The mind doesn't divide in that way. If we're feeling happiness about someone else, then we experience that happiness. That is our happiness as well as imagining their happiness. In fact, many people say that when they do this exercise, they actually find it easier to focus on the happiness of others than they do on themselves. They find it easier to imagine the other person looking happy than themselves. So actually using this idea as a vehicle for our own happiness. Right now, though, just taking a moment to get comfortable, eyes open. And when you're ready, just starting with some nice big deep breaths. And as you close your eyes with the next exhalation, just feeling the body sink down. As you just begin to notice the different sounds around you. And just starting to get a sense of how the body's feeling now. To begin with, in just a very general way, and then starting at the top of the head, just gently scanning down evenly, not getting stuck on any one particular point, but just evenly down through the body. And now just shifting the attention to the breath. Just settling into the natural rhythm. Following that rising and falling sensation. And now just letting go of that focus on the breath and just taking a moment to imagine yourself in that place you know feels comfortable, you know you enjoy. See that little glimmer of sunshine, and you just watch as it expands outward in every direction. Just bringing an increasing sense of ease, of relaxation and happiness to both the body and the mind. And when it looks as though you couldn't be any happier, a big smile on the face, just allowing that image to dissolve, and in its place, that person you really care about. person you'd like to see happy. Imagining all those same qualities expanding outward as you see that same speck of sunlight and just begins to grow and just melting away any tension, any stress, just leaving them looking increasingly happy and well. And as that sunlight continues to expand, seeing that person as happy as they could possibly be, allowing the image of the person to dissolve, but that idea of expanding sunlight to continue. And it continues outward in every direction, either side, above, below. It's as though it just keeps going. And it's not as though we're making it happen, it's as though it's happening on its own, at a pace that's comfortable for you. That idea of space and warmth and light just traveling out in every direction. And now just letting go of that image completely, allowing the feeling of spaciousness to remain, but just letting the mind do whatever it wants to do. And now just gently bringing the attention back to the body, back to that feeling of gravity, the feet pressing against the floor, the hands and the arms on the legs. Starting to notice the different senses, the sounds and the smells around you. And in your own time, you can just gently open the eyes. And as you pause to notice how you feel, remember this is something you can carry into your day. It's really important still, just as we did in part 2, to find these moments in the day where you can just replay this exercise. You can do it in 20, 30 seconds, where you just imagine it happen a little bit faster, but still that same feeling. The more we do it, the more natural it feels, and the more benefit we start to see from the exercise. And notice as well how you could maybe even start to incorporate this into the difficult situations that arise. When you feel as though you're sort of getting swept away by certain thoughts or feelings, just pausing. Imagine that other person that you really care for. It can be a different person each time, doesn't matter. But just imagine them sitting there, happy, well, and notice what that does to the mind. Again, we're not trying to change the mind. We're just noticing what happens to the mind when we direct it in a particular way. I'll leave it there for now today, though, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for day 4.